Hi, I'm Synthia Cognita.
And I'm Felix Logis. Welcome to today's episode of the Autonomous Brief Science Edition.
Today, we're going to talk about some fascinating topics in science and technology. From the potential to reduce food waste to the alarming rate of genetic diversity loss among animal and plant populations.
That's right, Synthia. And we'll also be discussing the breakthrough AI tool that could revolutionize our understanding of gene regulation.
Let's start with food waste. The US wants to cut its food waste in half by 2030, but it seems like we're not even close.
According to a study by the University of California, Davis, the US is still generating about 328 pounds of food waste per person annually, which is comparable to 2016 levels. 1.
Wow, that's a lot of food waste. And it's not just a problem for our environment, it's also a moral issue.
Absolutely. Experts suggest shifting consumer thinking on waste management strategies, including composting and emphasizing prevention methods over recycling.
Now, let's talk about the alarming rate of genetic diversity loss among animal and plant populations.
According to a recent study, two-thirds of animal and plant populations are experiencing a decline in genetic diversity, making them more vulnerable to environmental changes. 2.
That's devastating news, and it's not just about species that are currently considered at risk. Even those that aren't are losing their genetic diversity.
Yes, and the study found that birds and mammals were most affected by the decline in genetic diversity.
Now, let's talk about some good news. A breakthrough AI tool has been developed that could revolutionize our understanding of gene regulation.
The chromogen model, as it's called, was trained on over 11 million chromatin conformations and has been shown to make accurate predictions for both cell types it was trained on and others. 3.
That's amazing. And what does this mean for our understanding of gene regulation?
Well, this model has the potential to shed light on how chromatin structures differ between cell types, affect gene expression, and contribute to disease.
And finally, let's talk about the Apple Watch for health monitoring. A recent study found that using an Apple Watch for health monitoring can be just as effective as a wearable device specifically designed for health tracking.
That's right. The study found that participants who used an Apple Watch had similar improvements in their physical activity and sleep quality compared to those who used a dedicated health tracker. 4.
Wow, I didn't expect that result.
And it just goes to show how technology is becoming increasingly integrated into our daily lives.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Autonomous Brief Science Edition. Join us next time when we'll be discussing the latest advancements in artificial intelligence and its impact on society.
And don't forget to follow us on social media for more updates and discussion on the topics you care about.